Good afternoon, guys. It is March 4th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and pretty nice day out. So today's vlog is going to be on consistency. Just trying to figure out what I should do today's vlog on, and I noticed consistency is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. Um, so got a couple different stories. I had a friend who just texted me, a good buddy of mine. I did a vlog on him not too long ago. Um, he's my daughter's godfather. So he just sent me a text about him. He's been trying to move out of a place where he's at for quite some time. He moved down there um, to be closer to family here in Florida, and now he's going to take a position at another place that's even closer to his family and closer to us. He'll only be about 2 hours away from us. He's currently about four, and then he'll be an hour away from his family. And it's a better position than he had thought, with more money than he had thought. But he's a pretty consistent person, as am I, as I try to be. So, in order to relate consistency to success, you have to be consistent in the things that you do on a daily basis. So I try to do these vlogs every day, and if I don't get a chance to on the following day, I'll do two vlogs. And so I can keep my consistency at around one per day, give or take. I mean, it's pretty much one every day once you round the numbers out, but you have to be consistent in those types of things. Like I work out every single day, and if I don't get a chance to, I will work out twice, or do uh, the same thing for the vlog. So I'll do two workouts the following day if I don't get a chance to do the workout. So, but it's consistency in doing the little things that allow me to be successful. I notice, and when I had a lot of success in the military and both outside of the military, I had to be consistent in the things that I did, whether it was showing up on time or working out on my own to get ahead or taking an individual effort. I would be consistent in doing those things in order to try and meet the needs of the people that I was serving, as well as try and get ahead. I believe consistency is one of the forefront things that allow us to move forward. And if you're consistently doing something, something eventually ends up happening, especially if you're trying your best. Like I'll give you the example of my work that I'm doing now, where I'm at. So I started off at 2 nights a week. It was a Friday and Saturday as a floor manager. And then I would do that shift, and slowly after that, they started to incorporate me more. Then I picked up Tuesdays to try and help with the inventory basis that goes on with the management of a business. And then after that, we had an issue with one of the servers who ended up leaving, and I had to serve after quite some time. But I was consistently there, one, and consistently tried to do good at my job. Even if new things, new obstacles were thrown at me, I would try to consistently, give it my best effort. So I ended up picking up um, working Fridays and Saturdays during the day. So initially, and then we had an issue with one of the bartenders, and I was offered a position of Thursday. So my initial schedule started off with just Friday and Saturday evenings, and then we moved into Tuesdays, and then got offered Friday and Saturday during the day and the evenings, and then I got offered Thursdays. So I went from 2 days a week to roughly 5 days a week, because now they have me working some Sundays as well, most Sundays, um, as like a bartender. So that would be 5 days a week. But to go to two from five requires, in my opinion, some sort of consistency to, be there, be dependable, and perform well at your job. and I initially was working probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours a week, and some weeks now I bust 50 hours, which is a little crazy for me looking back on it, trying to do that, go to school, do these vlogs, and a lot of other things. But consistency in doing those small things showed an effort to them and showed that I was reliable, and you just have to remain consistent in those things. And people, do take notice in your potential and your availability in the little things that you do. Like, I consistently am trying to always improve the place that I'm working at, whether it's by doing small things around there or more of a marketing technique online to try and get more business influx. And I think that I've had a direct impact in the business increasing there. I would like to think so. I'm not 100% sure, but the business has increased since I've been putting more time into it. And I like to think that I have a direct impact in that. But if it wasn't for me consistently trying to make that effort possible, or put forth that effort, then I don't think I would have the same impact. And again, with like these vlog videos, I'm consistently putting them up, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. With these vlogs, sometimes they could, I'm getting average views from what I'm promoting, but you never know when a video takes off. And not that I'm hoping that'll happen. I mean, my goal is essentially is to talk in front of hundreds, if not thousands, of people on a platform type of setting. So that's my goal, and I plan on taking small steps and being consistent in order to get there. I was talking to a friend not too long ago, and I don't know if I shared the story with you guys, but she was a female friend of my wife's, and just been a friend of the family for quite some time. How she was, she's afraid to talk in front of crowds of people um, when it's not directly related to what she's doing, and she works in the hair industry. And she told me how she had to get up in front of these people and talk, and she was just a little shy. And I told her it just takes practice. I was a very shy, introverted person when, before I joined the military, and it was just always like that. It worked for me. And now that I'm trying to do, more mentoring and being out there a little bit more, it requires some consistency of doing these vlogs and being comfortable or talking in front of people, especially when I have a passion for doing it. The conversation comes easy for me. So I told her to think of a mentality where she's talking to other hairdressers about her industry, because she said that's when she feels comfortable. In that a majority of the time, if you're explaining something in your field and you're comfortable talking about it, it will come easily. And you're talking about stuff that you know, and that's how I'm able to relate these vlogs, is because it's real life experience that I'm giving, and nothing else, or research that I've done. And there's not much more to it than that. So for me, it comes easy, but it did take a lot of practice and consistency, and I think my vlogs are getting better along the way. Um, but that's only because the practice and the effort that I put into them on a daily basis in order to remain consistent. And I believe that, being consistent allows a lot of good things to happen. You build good habits, and do good things, and you slowly see the efforts that you're putting in. Like, even though I may not be getting tons of views on each one of my videos, my overall count, though, is I think over 11 or 12,000 views, which I'm very proud of. In the grand scheme of things, that's a lot to me. And on an individual, when I started out with 0 views less than 2 months ago. So I do appreciate everybody watching these videos, liking, commenting, subscribing, and continually watching my videos. And I appreciate, I continue to try and create content to put out there that can better help people, better mentor people into, again, what's worked for me and what hasn't. And I believe consistency is one of those things that you have to, you have to put forward on a daily basis in order to get to your dreams. The moment you stop being consistent is the moment that things start to slow down or take a turn backwards. Like, I was thinking about my views yesterday and the day before. Not my views, but my subscribers. They were at 32. And I was like, man, I haven't gotten the subscriber in a couple days. Don't know, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. And then, sure as all, I get up today and I think I'm at 35 or 36 subscribers. So overnight, I got 3 or 4 new subscribers, and that to me is wonderful. Again, I have a goal of 50 to reach by the end of this month, and I think that I absolutely can do it. So again, I appreciate everybody watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and watching these videos. If you guys want, leave me some comments as to the videos you'd like to see. I'm very curious as to what people want to hear about, what people want me to talk about. And I do these things like I was just talking to my wife before I made this video. Like, what am I going to do today's video on? And then I had a friend texting me, and it made me think of like the consistent things that I do and that he did on a daily basis in order to get to where he's at. Like, he had to go to school for an extended amount of time to get a degree, to land a job. He had prior military experience. All that was a consistent push forward to be able to allow him to make the money that he does today and be able to put him in a position at a relatively young age to be somewhat of a manager in his field. And that is very, it takes that consistent effort. Even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, sometimes it takes that effort and the consistency. Work on the consistency more, and you'll see that things will start to develop for you. Even if you can't see them up front, they'll start to develop right in front of your eyes, slowly but surely. So that'll be it for today's vlog. Again, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.